What's up, Squishies? Welcome to the July edition of the Squishy Times. This has been a huge month of news and updates, so make sure you stick around the whole video so you can catch up on what's been happening. In fact, this news video is so huge that I might have to record it in parts. Now, in my previous video that I uploaded, I reacted to Deadpool and Wolverine's final trailer, and the movie is actually coming out in the next couple of days. And in that last video, I mentioned I would do a longer video where I would talk about more thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine. But now, since there is a very small time frame for me to do that, I'm thinking I'm just not going to do that video now and just wait till I see the movie, and then that will probably change all of my theories after that, because Deadpool and Wolverine is just shaping up to be one of those movies that is just going to change the entire MCU, and of course probably everyone's theories on it as well. Let's quickly just go over things that have been happening in the Squishyverse, or things that will be happening, starting with mail time. So recently I've been buying a couple of things just to help the production of videos on this channel, and of course live streams as well. Some of the stuff that I got is here in front of me right now. So let's start with this one, the Stream Deck Plus. This little device here should hopefully make my streams a lot more exciting because of the customizable buttons here. It should allow me to do things while I'm full screen in a game, which should make the stream more engaging for you guys. I also got Ultimate Ears Mega Boom 3 here, and I know the 4th gen of Ultimate Ears just recently came out, or is in the process of being released, but I thought I just need a Bluetooth speaker which I'll be able to use for music videos and such, something to have some playback audio on while we're filming outdoors or something like that. And shout out to Rubber Ducky for helping me get that. And finally, we have a set of lenses here for the Osmo Pocket 3, which should hopefully make my vlogs more cinematic. As you can see, it contains a macro lens, a wide angle lens, and an anamorphic lens, and 3 ND filters. It's going to be interesting to test out those special lenses like the macro and the anamorphic. But the interesting thing about it is that they're all sort of magnetic and they just clip on. So I might have to be very careful with that. But anyways, it's very exciting. A lot of cool things are happening. Now I'm going to see how quickly I can get through the rest of it, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Another video that I recently uploaded is my new channel trailer for YouTube. If you guys are new here, welcome once again. Check out that trailer just to get a bit of an insight of what this channel is all about and where we're sort of headed to in the future. And if you want to catch the upcoming live streams on Twitch and see this thing in action, we're going to continue streaming Thursdays and Saturdays, and we might pick up Wednesday as well. Just really depends on how things go. Thursday currently is a community stream that starts around 1 p.m. AEST, where we're streaming Baldur's Gate 3 with some of the community, and Saturdays we've been streaming Fallout 4. And I don't know if you've been noticing, but we've been kicking off a bit of a red and blue theme. Ever since we moved to this new address, the mic has gone from green to blue, and I've also mentioned that I'm releasing a new EP soon, hopefully, which will be blue themed. If you've been catching the Fallout streams and the Baldur's Gate 3 streams, you'll notice that the Baldur's Gate 3 streams tend to be red themed, and then the Fallout 4 streams tend to be blue themed. So there's a lot of red and blue action going on, and if you've been noticing that, well done. You've got an eye for detail. I also want to talk about what potentially might be the Wednesday stream. We got given access to Marvel Rivals closed beta test. That starts on the 24th of July. Probably this video won't be out by then, but when it does start, we'll probably start streaming it, which is very exciting. I mean, you guys know I am a big Marvel fan. I love Marvel. Yeah, stay tuned for that. I hear it's got some similarities to Overwatch, so I should be able to fit right in. So please do stay tuned for that and check it out when I do start streaming it. And hopefully it encourages you guys to get the game as well. And then we'll be able to play it together, which will be fun. Now, quickly over to Awkward Convos news. Not much has been happening, except we are building up towards this next release. And the first single, Trauma, with sparkle emojis, is pretty much done. The master has been received and other songs are on the way. So I'm so excited to finally get some new music out for you guys, so stay tuned. I'm now going to hand it over to Future Me, who's going to deliver updates in regards to Comic-Con news, or Disney's D23 event, or anything along that vein. Alright guys, I'm going to make this quick because I know Past Josh spent the last couple of days editing this. There's one key piece of news that I want to highlight from San Diego Comic-Con in particular, and that's them basically revealing that Robert Downey Jr. is back to play Doctor Doom. Now, I've been reading a lot of the comments. People are saying it's lazy on the casting side. I actually think it's a very smart move. It's basically Robert Downey Jr. going full circle, which makes this pretty much a perfect way to bring back RDJ into the MCU without totally disrespecting his sacrifice in Endgame. So yeah, I thought that was some pretty interesting news. He's going to be starring in the next Avengers film, which is now being renamed to Doomsday. And I got all kinds of theories on that, which I can probably talk about in another video. But yeah, I thought we'd just quickly react to this one little clip here. Oh, that is hilarious. I like how one person just goes, Jared Leto. Anyways, back to you, Josh from the past. Wow, thanks for sharing that information. Let's move on to other news now. If you guys have Discord, you may have noticed that they have done a collaboration with SpongeBob SquarePants, or rather Paramount Plus, but still it's SpongeBob. So celebrating 25 years of SpongeBob, you can get all this cool stuff here to decorate your Discord profile. If you're a SpongeBob fan like I am, there are so many cool things here that you could add to your Discord profile, so check it out. But if you don't know what Discord is, or you would like to know more, the good news is we have a Discord server for you guys to be able to join, and you can speak with me or some of the mods. You would gladly be able to show you what Discord is and what it's all about. So think about it as the latest and greatest way to instant message, especially people who are into different pop culture things and different communities. It's a great way to connect with one another. And so if you'd like to be a part of this Discord server, the link is in the description or down below here. Before I continue, did you guys know that 99% of you are still not subscribed? If you guys want to know the latest in gaming, music, art, design, and pop culture, please do consider destroying that subscribe button and let's embark on some fun side quests together. Alright, over in gaming news, Capcom slyly revealed that they're going to be releasing a Resident Evil 9, or at least they're in the production stages of the game. I can't wait, because if you guys have been following me since the start, I started streaming basically with Resident Evil 7 and Village.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's just leave that down there. Let's leave that down there. Oh yeah.
So what a better way to continue that trend by hopefully getting to stream Resident Evil 9 as well when it comes out. As I mentioned as well, Marvel Rivals is going to be out for the closed beta testing. If you guys love Marvel, if you guys love Overwatch, or even Apex Legends, I would highly suggest you get on top of Marvel Rivals. There's also a new Overwatch character coming out soon. I forgot their name, but this is the character's name right here. We're just going to overdub it on the video when I edit it later. She seems like an interesting character, so hopefully we'll get to try her out soon. There was also a trailer for Splitgate 2, which looks interesting. It's a 4v4 shooter. And just a random piece of news that may have slipped under the radar for some people. There was a charity auction event, and it was co-hosted by Pokimane. And Pokimane auctioned off a gaming session with her. Now, sure, the money was going towards charity, but the person who won basically bid 30 grand to have a game session with Pokimane. That's insane. I mean, imagine what I could do with 30 grand. So who in the community wants to game with me? No, I'm kidding. We're not like that. Or are we? And finally, there was also an announcement from Deadpool. He basically created his own Xbox controller, and it is caked up. But also I saw another video of it on Twitter where it's basically just a magnet that attaches on to the controller. So that probably removes some of the wow factor of it. Now moving on, we have a lot of news in terms of screen and media. So a teaser for Agatha All Along, Marvel's Disney Plus series, is going to be coming out in September. It's definitely a different path for Marvel, going more into the supernatural sort of stuff, but it does seem interesting, and it may tie up some things in relation to Wanda Maximoff and the Scarlet Witch. Hopefully we'll see some updates on that soon. A trailer for Gladiator 2 was released, which was interesting. I mean, visually it looks pretty cool, but is the movie going to be anywhere near as good as the first one, which was released so long ago? It just seems so bizarre that they're bringing out a Gladiator 2 now, but there's some pretty high profile actors in there. I'll give them that. There's a Formula 1 movie coming out as well with Brad Pitt as the main actor, and since I'm sort of now getting into Formula 1, that might be an interesting thing for me to check out. There's a Haikyuu movie, which may have been out for a while now, but I've only recently been put onto the anime, and I have to thank Lorraine / Rubber Ducky for that as well, who has really convinced me to watch the anime. I wasn't threatened, of course. But I thought this was funny because about a year ago, or maybe even longer than that, one of our community members, Jer, created this image of me. When I had my blonde hair, I kind of looked like the coach, and now with my short hair, I kind of look like Tanaka. So yeah. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be out in cinemas real soon, and yeah, Shrek 5 has also been announced, and that's a surprise. I didn't think they were going to make another Shrek, but it looks like they are, supposedly by popular demand. I mean, Shrek is a good franchise. I don't know how they're going to top the rest of the movies though. I don't think they will, but it will be interesting to see another installment of Shrek. And of course, they dropped the Captain America 4 teaser, which I also made a video for, which looks really cool. It's interesting to see that they dropped Red Hulk right at the end of the trailer. So who knows what else they're hiding in that movie. And one of the latest rumors for Marvel Studios in general is that the Russo brothers are potentially going to be back for the next Avengers films. So make all the "where did that bring you back to me" jokes you want, but I think they were sort of a lot of people's top picks for who would be directing the next Avengers films, since they did such a good job with Infinity War and Endgame. Now let's move on to music news. There's a few songs that have come out which I think you should check out. Le Risque by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard was recently dropped. These guys honestly just keep pumping out albums, and I can't wait for this next one. It sounds like it's going to be a vibe. It's a lot more of a boogie-ish song, and it is my number one song right now. Glass Animals have dropped their new album, I Love You So F Much. There's a lot of great tracks on there, and I'm really liking the second song right now, which is What the Hell Is Happening, with no spaces in between the words. You should definitely check that one out. One final thing I think I'll leave you with is some news in the lead up to Porter Robinson's next album being released. He did something really interesting, and I think this is something more artists are looking into, like how can they market themselves better to their audiences, or especially in a way that content is shifting all the time. So the reason why I say that is because Porter Robinson basically took all of his fashion and sort of designer clothing pieces and basically made a pop-up store, and he put out a PSA saying, if you're in the area, come down, you have 60 seconds, you're not allowed to say anything, and if you do, you get kicked out. And then he basically welcomes you into this tiny little shop, waves at you, and then assesses your vibe, and then picks out something from his wardrobe and then hands it to you and then sends you on your way. And that's a very interesting experience. I mean, especially if you're a super fan of someone and then you sort of meet them at a location and you're not allowed to say anything. You're not allowed to say, oh, I'm your biggest fan or whatever, like, because the moment you say something, you get kicked out. And he had security there as well. Maybe I just need to start thinking about more exciting ways to market my upcoming record. So anyways, yeah, I think that's going to do it for this news video. As I said, this was a very long one. There was a lot of things to cover, but I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it, maybe something you want to look into yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and comment down below on any sort of news that I might have missed, or what was your favorite piece of news from this video. And if you can't think of anything, just leave a fun fact or a cool little emoji down below. I'll be sure to see it, and personally thank you for helping to keep this video engaged. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Subscribe to the Squishy Times.